Hey you, welcome to the Dating Chat, a space designed to help you move beyond assumptions and guesswork so you can date and love with clarity and confidence. I'm your host, T. My guest today is someone I've known for over 2 years. He's a genuinely good human, good-looking, reliable, emotionally steady, and currently single. But he's super relaxed about meeting the right woman. He's easy to be around, lighthearted, thoughtful, a great listener, and someone you can actually trust. But this episode isn't about showcase him like a dating profile. It's about something he said to me about dating that genuinely caught my attention. Something that challenged the way I see the Bay Area dating scene. And I think it's a conversation we need to have. We will be talking about modern dating norms, especially here in the Bay Area. What does someone like him see when he looks at a dating scene, locally versus globally? Why are some men starting to date outside the Bay Area, or even outside the country? Is the dating culture here making connections harder? How many men are quietly opting out? And if so, what does that even say about the expectations on both sides? Are women overlooking steady men while chasing the top 1%? Or are men misreading what women actually want? My guest Mike and I are unpacking all of that through his real experiences. Let's dive in. Hey, Mike.
Hey, T.
Welcome to join me at my studio.
Thank you. It's quite a digs you've got here.
Have you been looking forward to this session with me?
I have, with trepidation.
Okay, so how's dating going?
Yeah.
What does that mean?
It's good in some ways, but now let's just say it sucks. It's one of those things where some things are really good and others are not. And there's plenty of things that I could espouse on related to the things that are not.
Let's talk about some basic facts over here so the audience knows better about who you are, what's going on with you. How long have you been single?
I've been single now for about 5 years. Depends on when you call being legally single or separated and single. It's been around 5 years.
You've been divorced twice, right?
Yep. I'm racking them up.
I remember your first marriage was how many years?
That was 11.
And your second marriage?
It was a 23-year relationship. We weren't married the whole time.
To me, that shows how loyal you were to your relationship.
Yes. Part I was brought up that way. Also, on the Chinese zodiac, I am a year of the dog.
Even me, I don't know what that's supposed to be meaning.
Loyalty is one of the first words that comes.
That's very true. Yes, you're reminding me of my own culture.
Yeah, they were good relationships until they weren't.
Yeah, that happens. That's understandable. People drifting to different directions, they want different things, right?
Yeah.
So after that experiences, it must have been tough for you, mixed up in the modern dating landscape. All the chaotic mixed signals, people not responding, ghosting you, people want to move in with you next day. Because that's something you told me, right?
Yes, it's true.
Sounds crazy.
It's a very different world out there than I thought it might be.
I cannot imagine what type of girl would propose to a guy like, I want to move in with you after one day. You look so speechless. So, Mike, what are you looking for exactly in a woman?
Of course, like anybody, you want somebody that you can be compatible with in your interests, in the things that you like to do that are uniquely you. If I want to partner with all of the things that I like to do, for example, I like to go see live music. I want somebody that wants to go to see live music more than they want to go see
ballet?
A DJ at the club. Or, maybe even ballet. I'm ruined on ballet. That's an answer for another question.
I hope that's not a deal breaker.
It's not a deal breaker. That's an example of what I would like somebody to be like for me. I like all kinds of music. I'm a musician, so music matters and is a big part of my life. I love going to restaurants. I'm a foodie, love restaurants. I collect wines. I'm going to want to have house parties. I don't want to have somebody in my life that has such different interests that we can't enjoy being together.
But she can have some different interests, right?
Oh, we always. That's mandatory.
Of course.
That was getting to the next part of my answer. It's the variances that make things spicy. Let me be superficial for a moment.
Men can be superficial. We all know guys like pretty girls.
That's right. That's 90% of the answer.
Okay, we get that. Beautiful. Okay.
If I can come home and look at a beautiful woman and wake up in the morning, then I'll be happy. That'll get me most of the way.
Wow. Sounds super simple and easy.
Yeah, I am super simple and easy.
Aside from that, what other things are important?
Just day-to-day things. We enjoy the same things in our living space, our friends, and we're able to not have much conflict in the way of, well, some people insist on having, the nicest car they can have, but they really shouldn't have it. I want somebody that we can agree on making big decisions together. Buying a house or
somebody has same vision.
Presumptive, yeah.
I can totally understand that. I think that's also very important. We're on the same page, even from small or from big decisions in life, right?
Right.
What are some deal breakers for you?
If she's conflict oriented. I do not like conflict in my day-to-day life and home.
People tend to create conflict. People like to get into conflicts.
Yeah. I've had 2 long-term marriages.
Yes.
And at a certain point, you start arguing all the time. I'm going to be honest. I've been 5 years single, and I'm not missing those arguments at all. And I'm going to be real careful about any chance of having it back because I don't like it. It puts wedges into the relationship that you almost can't recover from.
Well, you don't have to fight when there is disagreement, right?
No, you can disagree without arguing.
Exactly.
I'm talking about just bickering, arguing.
Yeah, that's not pleasant.
No.
Okay, that's a deal breaker number 1. So do you have other deal breakers?
I suppose if she wants all the closets in the house. I got to have something for my 1 pair of jeans. And
okay, as long as she can leave you 5% of wardrobe space, you're cool.
Not on the record, but okay.
Okay, 10%. All these qualities you're seeking and the deal breakers you just mentioned sounds fairly reasonable to me. So how come you still don't have a girlfriend for the past 5 years?
I haven't tried hard.
How come? I guess I can imagine that after 2 long marriages, right? You may just want to hit the reset button and just go with the flow.
My approach after I split with my last wife was I'm going to allow myself 1.5 to 2 years just to not even approach the idea of dating. I have been partnered up for 35 years.
Yeah. Yeah, what a job. Yeah.
And I never really got to experience being single.
Enjoying being single.
Yes. What's wrong with that?
I can resonate with that.
Yeah.
35 is a long time.
It's just nice to have a place to yourself.
I understand.
Then there's also downsides, of course.
I understand. You're in this phase right now.
Yeah, I'm in a phase right now. I did not rush into dating. And I kind of see it now where I treat the idea of dating with as much energy as I put into looking for bands. And I haven't played in a band since the pandemic. And I was in 3 all the way up until everything shut down. So I haven't put much energy into it. I also feel like there's this situation that I'm in where I don't have any kind of urgency. I have great friends that I can go out any night of the week. And my friends are so important to me. In fact, I think they were the safety net that allowed me to separate. They're there for you. Friends survive relationships.
Yes.
Relationships may or may not last.
I mean, when you're lucky, you can have friends like that.
Getting back to the question around what somebody has to be and the must-haves is I need to be able to introduce them to my friends. I've got great friends. They live great lives. And if I can't bring this person into my circle, my inner circle, then it's not really a relationship that I think I want to keep. I want to be able to introduce them and they can at least have a fun time hanging out with friends.
I see. You're indicating about type of personality this
in a way
should be having.
Yeah,
like
you should
outgoing and just cool and chill, easy to make friends, spark conversations.
Yeah, I would say that.
A big personality.
Yeah.
Like mine.
Of course, T.
Okay. What's up with the comment you made earlier about dating sucks today? What's been going on? What insights can you share with us we can learn?
So here's what I'll say. One of my biggest weaknesses is I don't meet
I love
people.
that we're talking about that right now already.
It's only been, 10 minutes?
Exactly.
You're going for the jugular. Let's see. One of my big weaknesses is I don't meet girls that I want to date very often in real life. So the apps to me are like, the idea of the app is amazing. It's just the execution doesn't get to where I want it.
Tell me more about that. What do you mean?
Part of it is the way that they've written the application and how it works. There's room for improvement. And the way that they set it up is like, let me make an analogy. If I see somebody in my feed and I'm like, oh, I think this girl would be amazing, you have to swipe right, to 100 of them before they're going to like you back. And
even before anybody likes you back.
No, I can get all kinds of people to like, but they're not ones that I want to introduce to my friends. And they're attractive, certainly attractive, and they seem to have nice banter back and forth on text. Maybe I'm shooting for the gold and I shouldn't.
We have our standards for a reason, and if these are non-negotiables, you should stick to that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I learned this lesson. Lower down your standard never goes anywhere.
No, I've made some mistakes in the past where I did, and I hate myself to this day over them.
Forget that now.
Yeah, I know. I'm well past that now. So back to the dating apps. I think it's a locality thing. One of the things I've just recently been experimenting with is changing my location to other cities. And once I've done it a couple of times now, when I'm traveling, I set my location to where I'm going to be traveling and set up dates ahead of time. I've never been even thought that was a possibility, but it really works out. And I find that if I change my location from San Francisco, well, let's just say my feed looks a whole lot different.
So the whole reason behind that action was because you are not able to meet interesting women you want to date.
Yeah. And my current situation lets me be really particular, probably more particular than I would be if I wasn't in the situation.
How particular are you now?
Well, more particular because I can.
Tell me more.
Well, we've all heard of the term situationships.
Yes, that's a new word invented, but it's still the old situation for the past as well.
Yeah, that's something I have no clue about. This guy who's been married almost all his adult life has not heard of it until now. It's like, wow, you can date somebody, but without commitment, without talking about the future. As long as you're not interested in wanting to move the needle on where you are with that relationship and making it something long-term, then there's nothing to lose.
And there are women available and they're willing to be doing that.
Yeah, and they meet standards, which is shocking to me.
They meet standards?
They meet my standard of attractiveness.
Oh.
We only meet once a week, maybe even not, sometimes 2 or 3 weeks.
But the overall quality, they do not meet as a potential girlfriend or partner.
No. I get nervous every time we go somewhere and one of my friends is there and I have to introduce.
Oh, no.
Yes.
That's all she's looking for. Situationship.
I believe so. It's been this way for 2 years, and she doesn't ever bring it up as a limiting experience or why aren't we going for more? Why aren't we anything?
That's really interesting to me. Something must be a priority in her life right now that she's not really looking for something serious.
She's got a great community of people from her country, which happens to be Thailand. She's got a real close group of friends up there, occupy a lot of her time.
But what do you think the real reason behind her interest in only short-term relationship? To me, that's fascinating because as a woman, I think we're born seeking long-term relationship.
I've spent a lot of time thinking about it.
You have?
I actually have.
Cute. Oh, my.
I do. I mean, I actually started thinking, Mike, what's wrong? You're defeating your normal relationship arc. It's like you've stopped here. You only speak about, next week's visit. We never talk beyond that. And we don't even know if next week's going to happen.
I mean, she is single, right?
She is.
Yeah.
Yes. And she swears by it. She's got a unique personal situation.
So you ask her, is like, are you married?
I did. I told her at one point, I said, are you secretly married? And am I a fling that you're hiding from your
That's so funny.
your husband or your boyfriend?
Okay.
I'm fine. I'll take a fling as long as I'm enjoying it.
Exactly.
But she has, I think, some personal things going on that she probably might be holding back for. I'm not sure.
Yeah. I know, like, something really touched me about this relationship is that you have been really thoughtful with her, even though it's a situationship,
Yes.
even though it's a short-term relationship, right?
Yeah.
You have been super nice to her.
I have not been extraordinarily nice to her. I've bought her little things. She doesn't ask for much.
But that's such
They're
a
just
like
little
cute,
gifts.
nice gestures, even for that.
She does as well for what she can do. I mean, she brings me little gifts every time she comes home.
Oh, really?
Over. Yeah.
Oh, that's so cute.
Just little things.
Sounds like a healthy relationship, to be honest, just not a long-term relationship.
You know,
I
just
like
little
that.
things.
I like that really respectful and thoughtful situation you two created.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's a nice way to treat people.
When I reflect on it, it's always kind of odd to me. She comes over, let me know if it's TMI, but you know, first thing you do is have sex. And sometimes on her visits, that's all it is. That's all it is, and then she leaves. And she comes for very short visits. She won't
Sounds
spend
like
the night.
that's something she really needs from you.
Don't know. Other times, you know, we'll go out somewhere to a restaurant. She likes to have me cook for her.
I know one thing about you, you cook so well. I love that.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, I love that
love
you're
to
super
cook.
into it.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
love to cook. But being a single guy, there's not much room for cooking.
Yeah, I know that sucks. I resonate,
Yeah.
What's the fun of cooking for yourself?
Yeah. The other parts of the situationship, in past discussions, she's even said to me, I hope that we have the same kind of relationship we have now, you know, for another 10 years.
That's really interesting. She doesn't care about marriage or anything?
No. I'm mystified, to be honest with you. I didn't know this type of thing existed. I was like, oh, this
Me
wasn't
too.
this wasn't part of the dating menu I was taught about.
I know, for another 10 years? Wow. At least it shows she's super happy with you.
Yeah.
Okay, so back to what you were mentioning earlier about you setting up location on apps
Mm-hmm.
in Asia.
Yes.
So are you currently intentionally looking for someone?
It's actually been an experiment. In some ways, I've done it twice now. I did change location for a trip to Chicago. It was a very brief trip. I had 1 or 2 dates. I just recently went to Vietnam and I set up dating with a couple of women there. That was with purpose and intent. But I also expanded to other cities just to explore and just see, what is this like? What is this experience, to get a feed from a different city?
And you would date a woman across the globe.
I am.
How come? Because there's no good choices in San Francisco?
I just don't get the connection here. I think people are so jaded on the apps here.
Oh, really?
Yes. They're
And
so jaded.
Chicago is better?
Chicago is better.
Wow. I don't know how I should feel at this point of being Bay Area. And you're telling me how bad it is out there. And a man like you are staying away from this location.
I tell people now, I'm like, I'm not even going to try to date here. I'm going to date elsewhere. And all I got to do is jump on a plane and go.
Okay. Tell me, what about women here that are such a turn off to you?
They don't respond. We are the Bay Area.
Yeah.
We are a little bit more technically advanced in our usage of technology.
Yes.
And we're buried by technology.
Yes.
And so we have less patience when talking or using the technology, because you form opinions about what your expectation is with the app or what you want to be able to do with the technology. And for me, it's just the very real and tangible experience of changing my location.
That just already like a huge difference.
Yes.
Wow.
In fact, I can, without a doubt, my feed in Bangkok and my matches, the women are much more attractive. They even come back to me. Like if I forget to respond to somebody, they'll ping me.
So you feel valued.
That's what I would expect of a friend or anybody that I knew in real life.
Yeah.
But I think there's this digital disconnect where, oh, this is just the app. That was just an image, and they're not looking at it with anything more than the 1 dimension or 2 dimension of
You're talking about in Bay Area.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think is causing this? Is it about we're in Silicon Valley and we're in a high-performance environment?
I think that's part of it. I think it's a little bit of unrealistic expectations too.
So
We're in the Bay Area, and I'm well aware of this. Women that I consider really close friends I've spoken to, a lot of women are looking for the next Sam Altman. You can do well in life, and I have done well in life, but I'm not a Sam Altman, but women.
I'm sorry you feel that way with what women are expecting here.
I don't have any real experience with somebody saying, oh, you're just not, I've got this over here, and this is, I get to go out on a big yacht on the weekends. I just feel like it's an underlying thing, and I've had conversations with others that kind of confirm it.
Oh, I see. Yes. Okay. I do admit that I did came across either articles or people telling me about women pursuing that top 1% of male here locally. I mean, that's going to be a tough competition.
I'm not going to waste my effort here.
I mean, that's going to be tough competition amongst women.
Yes. Lucky guy, whoever he is.
Now that you have had your experiment of changing your location at different city and country, do you see yourself actually to potentially look for the right person overseas?
I don't know.
You don't believe a woman like that exists in Bay Area for you?
I think they do, but if it's so hard, it's not worth my effort. I can date in other countries. In fact, getting dates in other localities has been easier than getting dates here. Maybe a symptom of just the Bay Area life. I'm not sure. Bay Area life is a lot of people, a lot of professionals. Life is going really fast for everyone, right?
Yeah. And there's living standard here locally,
yes,
which is a reality. Yes.
Yeah, and I'm not going to put up with it.
I did hear this term called passport bro. Have you heard of it? It's been super popular on TikTok and social media ever since COVID. It does describe a phenomenon that Western men, especially from US, they're actively traveling overseas with the intention of dating or marrying women abroad, often justified as seeking traditional values, a different dating culture, or simply better odds of finding a partner. I think they feel the same way of how you feel. And these locations are often in Southeast Asia, Latin America, or Eastern Europe.
Yeah, I see that in my feed.
And here's some interesting fact I learned also, that actually, according to U.S. Consensus Bureau, about 21% of married U.S. households, including at least one foreign-born spouse. Is that surprising to you?
Not at all.
And so that means nearly 1 in 5. And also half of this, which is 10 to 12% of American men marrying women from other countries.
Not surprised. The dating norms are different in other places. The cultural experience is new. For me, for example, when I'm dating an Asian woman, it's because they have a charm that white women don't have. Because it's all new to them.
Tell me more.
They smile. I'm describing things that I'm experiencing.
We're easygoing. We have pleasant personality.
Yes. Yes.
We're open.
Yes. And I the other thing that
and we're not jaded, right?
Not jaded in the American set of norms.
And that's very attractive in your opinion.
Yeah.
I can resonate with that. If I were a man, of course, I want to go out with somebody who is chill, easygoing, and easy to talk to, easy to be pleased. Yeah. That's another thing, right?
Mm-hmm. What I want is, for me, it's the charm. And that's a word I use in my head when I think of it. I've witnessed friends that have even married Asian women. The women's dedication to the relationship, to me, just seems so strong. It feels like once they're committed, it's all in.
I know for one, I'm that kind of person. I'm pleased to hear that about your impression of Asian women. Yeah, I think that's actually embedded in our culture. That's how we brought up.
That makes sense. That's
also Buddhism influence.
Yes, that's right. I think I was raised Catholic, and my 2 previous wives were both Catholic.
Yeah.
And
they were Americans locally, yes. Right? Yes.
And I am absolutely convinced it's the cultural upbringing, and I can't even call it religious because Buddhism is a form of religion, but it's more a philosophy to me.
Yes. Yes. Thank you.
Yes. It does. It's not about
Thank you for embracing our culture.
Absolutely. Oh, by the way, you do have the prettiest women and you have the best cuisines.
Are you talking about Chinese?
specifically.
Wow. I'm surprised. Thank you.
I think that has a lot to do with it. I think
Why aren't you
Christianity-
changing your location to China then? What are you doing in Vietnam?
Oh, it's just because that's where it happened to land.
So, Mike, from what you have just described, what I'm hearing is the whole reason you prefer to date Asian women today is because our personality is easygoing and we're not jaded. More importantly, you really appreciate the upbringing, the value and culture we have, especially when we are in a committed relationship.
That's right.
And you think that is not happening today for women in America?
No, it's just maybe it's a combination of my Midwestern upbringing and my experience prior to dating Asian women. I never dated an Asian woman before I was single. It was kind of an eye-opener. I'll just say that the Asian experience has been really good for me because I think there's a certain predictability when you only date within your culture, city, or state, or because you've kind of all come through similar but varied journeys getting to where you are today. So as you meet today, you can meet somebody that grew up in the same area and you've got so many things that you make assumptions on because you've all had the common experiences. And when you don't have common experiences, you don't make assumptions about somebody.
Yeah, that's a really interesting thing you just said because you don't know how would you expect or assume because you were never been there.
Right.
And also that's putting a right mindset in dating, right?
I kind of think so, yeah.
That's a really interesting touch point.
Yeah.
And that allows more possibility between two people. If you start assuming, expecting, that's not a good way to go down.
I agree.
Before we wrap up, I'm curious in your opinion, what could Bay Area women do differently or improve that would make men feel more comfortable of dating them? Or make men like you feel you don't need to look elsewhere, a different country or state?
Maybe be more approachable. Sometimes you go to places, got their close circle of friends, and you can't even walk up and say anything to them because they're so engaged in their close circle of friends that you're not just walking up to talk to her, you're walking up to talk to the group.
That's a big task.
Yeah.
And also, actually, I think that's like a real thing. Like men often find it's really hard to go up and talk to a woman in a bar, in a coffee shop. This is what I learned recently about what you can do differently so that makes you more approachable. I would love your feedback on that, actually. The suggestion is dress up in a way that creates a topic. For example, I'm in a red outfit, but with like a huge green bag. That would be like, oh, what's up with that big green bag you got, girl, right? It's like such an easy situation for strangers, for men to approach you, right? And the man will find it like more comfortable doing that.
Yes, I could see it if I saw that and walk up to somebody and say, oh, I love the green bag that you paired with your red outfit.
Right?
Yes.
Yeah. Or like colorful hat.
Yes. It's almost a conversation starter.
Yes, exactly. So I can see that will totally work.
Yes.
Yeah.
And one thing that to your prior question is I think that I'd like to feel like women have reasonable expectations here.
Yeah.
That's where I think
Thank you for mentioning that. Yes, that's a big thing.
And it's also a matter of pure numbers. I mean, women in the Bay Area are just badgered by men. So they put up defenses, I think, that are probably higher than others.
To be honest, this could be like a whole other episode of discussion about involving like your mate value. You have to set up realistic expectations of what kind of mate you can seek out to. You can be compatible to you and also can be creating a lifelong partnership with you that lasts.
I agree.
Of course, everybody would want the top 1%, no matter it's a woman or man.
Mm-hmm.
But does that match you?
Right.
So yeah, it will be really interesting to actually have that conversation, just another time.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much, Mike.
Oh, this has been fun.
Awesome.
Talking about my sordid dating life. Now I might understand it more than I used to before this podcast.
Okay, time for you to take me out for dinner. Thank you all for staying with us until the end. I'm curious, after listening to this conversation, what are your thoughts or takeaways? As a woman, what might we need to re-examine? Our checklists? Our expectations? The way we define chemistry versus compatibility? As a man, is there room to go deeper, to look beyond the surface, to be more patient, to understand what's behind someone's guard instead of making assumptions or reacting to it? Or maybe this isn't about man versus woman at all. Maybe it's about all of us becoming more aware of the patterns we repeat and being strong enough to break them. If so many people are frustrated in the same place, maybe the ecosystem itself deserves reflection. I'd love to hear your perspective. Leave a comment here or share your thoughts on our social media, the dating chat. Your experiences matter, and these conversations get better when more voices are part of it. Again, thanks for tuning into this episode of the Dating Chat. I'm your host, T. Until next time, keep showing up, stay kind, stay curious, and never settle for less than the love you truly deserve. See you in the next episode.